do and how to do with the material you're going to use for teaching. You're going to use in the teaching learning process. Okay, let me start with the statement here. According to Lautman, material selection is the step in process of designing a physical object to teach. And the main goal of material selection is to find what student needs through process of selecting materials. The systematic selection of the best material for given application begin with the properties or nature of and the cost of material to use. So this is to be the most important thing before we teach, before we conduct teaching and learning process. Because when we choose the wrong material or unsuitable material, it will get lost during the teaching and learning process. So we must select the suitable material or the best material, not to be too difficult, and we choose the suitable material. The material not too easy, and don't choose the too difficult material. Okay, next is that why we need to select the material. Part of a step of teaching, once we must have a plan, or we must make a lesson plan or lesson planning. The importance of lesson planning, once, is that this is important element of effective instruction used to ensure that the classroom activity running in line with the objective and the goal of the curriculum. This is stated by Brown, 2001, and in the page of 149. And by using lesson plan, so the teacher will be led, or the lesson plan will lead the teacher to what to do and how to do with the selected material. I mean, we have fixed plan when we have a lesson plan. So we can go to the right track using the time from the beginning up to the end effectively. And lesson plans also give a clear information of what to teach. And the other thing that we must pay attention to is that according to Peraturan Pemerintah, State Regulation number 19, 2005, Article 20, the lesson plan should contain 5 elements. So we do the lesson plan because there is a state regulation. Okay, the lesson plan should contain defining the objective. We must determine first what the objective using this material. We want to train students how to comprehend a text, or maybe we want to train students to recognize kind of discourse. The second is determining the material. If the objective is to train or to understand the kind of discourse, so we must choose the material in line with the objective. And then after this, we have to define the method. With this material we choose, what method are we going to use to apply in the teaching learning process. And then the last is evaluation. Fourth. The fourth is defining the source. So in line with the curriculum and the objective, we can find the source from any sources. You can find from the textbook, you can find from the newspaper or from the internet. And then the last step is before we teach, yeah? After we teach, we can make an evaluation to know whether what we have done help the student, or to know if the objective of the lesson in the lesson is achieved by the student or not, and to make the adjustment for the next lesson plan. That's what we must do before we start teaching and in making preparation for teaching and learning process. I have an example of material that can be used in teaching. But before we go to the example, I will show you that why we need to make a lesson plan. Using lesson plan, we can use our time effectively. First, to avoid wasting time. So we can go to the right text. And we can give clear information about material to be taught. And with lesson plans, another teacher can use what we have planned. For example, when we have something to do and cannot teach, you can give to the other teacher, and the teacher can do using what we have planned. The next, to keep the teacher going on the right track. I mean, we have decided the step that should be conducted. And the next, to increase the teacher's self-confidence. Well, I think when we teach, we stand in front of our students and we are very prepared with the material because we have made a lesson plan, so we will have much more self-confidence. And to provide the structure, route or steps of chronology, yeah, in conducting the teaching and learning process. That's the last thing why we use lesson plans. I mean, that's the importance of the lesson plan. Do I still have time to show the example of reading material? Okay, let me show you a reading material. Okay, when we teach reading, we can do something to the material we have prepared. For example, doing this way. Usually I prepare a short passage, that is simple passage, but we can use this material to stimulate the student to talk maybe, or to encourage the student to express the idea or argument after they read this text. So here's an example of reading material, descriptive text. For example, we read this paragraph. We give a number of sentences so that when the student asks the question of comprehension, the student can show what his or her argument, where they answer true or false. So in reading comprehension, we just give a question of comprehension in the form of true or false questions. So, like this way. Okay, that's the example. Study the following statement carefully and write down whether they are true or false according to the information expressed above. And give your arguments. Write which sentence supporting your answer. So, for example, when we give a student a question, force cannot be measured directly. So the student will answer true